the industry domain from aerospace to something even more restricted, and that relates to the nuclear industry, especially in France. And I would like the operators to switch to the Teams meeting, I think. Frank, oh, excellent. Please, and welcome you on stage. Welcome for a demonstration of another way. By the way, Season 2 data spaces, they have one critical discrimination from other data spaces, which means that the funding agency, in that case, that the government said that the participants of the data space of the project will have to sustain the data space they have created in the project with funded money. They will have to sustain that data space for how long? 2 years or so? 2 or 3 years? So it's not like a project, but you have to then keep on the operations, and that forces, especially at the business level, not so much at the technical level.
There is a slide on the...
Yeah, so I'm taking away your content. Please, Benoit and Frank, yeah, the floor is yours. Thanks a lot.
Yes, I think you can put Franck on the big screen, because he will be the guy talking and presenting. I will probably only be the body today, and also accepting questions. But I think you cannot control...
Hello everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know. Franck, I think I will be the one switching slides, probably.
Okay.
So give me a sign or something, so your body will be able to switch it.
Okay. So I will start. Thank you everybody for inviting me for that presentation with Benoit. My name is Franck Martin. I'm the technical director of Data4NuclearX project. And today I will share you the challenges of the project, the challenges of the project, our roadmap, and our consideration with Gaia-X. Benoit?
Yes, and my name is Benoit Tabutiaux. I work at INT Transfer, Institut Mines Telecom, and we are running the Data Space Lab, a place where you can experiment over data spaces. So we can start? Yes.
Just to explain the general context, climate change requires a transition from fossil fuels to electricity, and this is why a vast nuclear program has been launched in France, addressing both the construction of new nuclear plants
Yes, this is my slide now. Because it's TechX, we will provide the link with all the technical subjects that we have. So on the right, you have the summary of all the requirements from this project. And on the left, you will understand why Gaia-X is the best and unique solution, at least candidate and solution, to have concrete solution for all the different problems that we have. So in the project, we must be able to control the software stack. It's not something that could be blurry. So for this, we will rely on the progress of the PRC ongoing sprint, on the definition of label criteria on software component and technical services, such as wallet, connectors, and identity providers, to help industry to select them. So the idea is to have more ontologies with cybersecurity maturity, export control compliance, more details, and of course to have a concrete link between the different specification of Gaia-X, implementation in the software, and different version of the software. And the great part would be, and as Airbus was speaking just before us, to have big tech companies that have the ability to validate code, to check code, to be able to provide attestation that, for instance, this instantiation, implementation of the software is usable for everybody. And probably it will also accelerate how SMEs get trust in code, at least solid stack and component. In the project, in the nuclear part, there's also, we must be able to track access and data exchange. As explained by Franck, you can easily guess that it's not nice to have to be able to track who, when, how people, services, servers get access to nuclear energy related data. So we need to have full control and supervision of the full stack and list of actions, who had the ability to do what, and in any case of doubt or whatever, be able to cut all the access. So that for this reason, we will contribute to the definition of data access contract and data usage agreement ontologies, and of course push more advanced observability standards in the data exchange working group. So basically we can have a full tracking of all the different actions, but also standardized way of describing all the actions. And finally, this is something that Franck was saying. We already started this part. In such industry, you will always have a responsible for everything, even if it's AI service servers. In the end, you need to be sure that somebody was able, has the knowledge to decide that a workflow is in place or that an action is taken. And there will always be a human in the loop. And for these reasons, we needed to have a full delegation part to make sure that we know who delegates the action on the service, the authorization to exchange data. And this is exactly why we need to work with more advanced implementation of the delegation and binding models of ICANN. And of course, I'm not forgetting the architecture working group, where all these different colors will be mixed and put into the real frame. And yeah, you're still there, Franck. So we have the questions, if there is some, and if there are some long questions, I can set up a meeting with Franck in an hour if needed. Or if it's a simple question, I can maybe try to answer it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again for the nice presentation. collective presentation. Are there any immediate questions? We don't have 1 hour right now. Coffee. I know that there's coffee time, but we have sufficient time for that. Thanks again, Franck and Benoit, for this vivid presentation. Thanks again, and all the luck to the project and the final phases. I mean, it's 2 years to go.
Yeah. Thanks, Franck.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. So for us, it means that we will now have a break, half an hour, and I will say that we shall convene after the networking and the AR game at the 4:15. We have sufficient time, so the networking dinner is kind of, or the networking reception is kind of elastic and compressible and expandable, so we will not miss anything. So if you can be back in like 30 minutes, I will make myself known and I will push and move you towards the venue. Thanks again, enjoy the coffee, and also potentially think about some questions for the final Q&A tomorrow. Thanks again, bye-bye, see you soon.